Hi, everyone.
Hi there,
It's Alicia Davis
and Stacy Watson.
from Transformative Leadership Strategies.
That is us.
And we have recently been finding a lot of calm in this chaos, haven't we, Stace?
We certainly have ourselves, and we have been sort of facilitating conversations around that topic a lot
We
with a lot
have.
of our client organizations and even new folks to us, right? It's just been
hmm
amazing.
Yeah, we've really, as so many of our clients are doing, and so many others are doing, we're pivoting. We
Yep,
sent out the announcement last week about doing these webinars, and I've been teaching mindfulness practices for 20 plus years, and we incorporate that into everything that we do,
sure
right?
do.
It's the being and the doing. And
Yep,
so we really started having amazing conversations with people about how in these very real circumstances that we're in, right?
yes,
Crisis mode,
yes,
and needing to do extreme measures for safety for ourselves and our families and our loved ones and the people that we care for and serve, that even in doing that, we can also still have even a little bit of calm or peace about it.
yeah. And we were just talking about this. I think as people who care for other people, sometimes you think about women, sometimes you think about people in the caring profession, doesn't really matter.
hmm
Anyone who sort of feels that they're in that position, I think there's this kind of implicit guilt sometimes that comes when you try to think about how can I take care of myself? Because if I'm focusing on myself, that must mean I'm not focusing on someone else. And what I really need to be doing is focusing on someone else, right?
That's right.
So it's kind of a conundrum, I guess. And as we're having these conversations, that is coming up on every session where it feels like people are trying to understand how can I hold both truths,
That's
that
right.
I need to be able to care for myself, and I also want to stay very vigilant and aware and concerned and compassionate for the people around me.
Right. Well, and I think it's also like we're also just hearing these really, I think, interesting, I think deeper patterns of thinking that maybe we don't even know that we have about, oh, if something bad is happening, I have to feel bad.
Yeah,
Like that, just
right.
that the way to get through it is to worry. The way
Yes,
to get through it is to just be all upset and frustrated and in crisis mode. And like that's what we have learned, whether we learned it, directly from people that raised us or just in society. And I think there's even just this interesting level of guilt around, well, I can't possibly imagine being okay and being calm, even though I need to take care of all of this. Like,
right.
how can the, like, it's almost like people have never been, either we've learned or we haven't given ourselves permission to be okay. Like, we can make hard decisions, we can be sad, we can be upset, and we can be okay. It's almost like we can be at peace with the fact that we have made these decisions and that's all that we can do.
Well,
And
I
that's
think
okay.
I think that's a really important kind of component of the conversation, is to really be able to understand what can we do. So in a pandemic, we can social distance and wear masks and wash our hands and be vigilant about, where we go and how we go about that. And there's so much we don't have any control over or no answers to, which can
Right,
create anxiety. So
right,
it's like sort of this interesting exercise of feeling calm in doing the things you can do, and feeling really confident that you're doing what you should be doing, and that feels good. And being able to continue to feel a little bit of calm or peace even with all of this that you don't know or that you can't
right.
control.
And I
So
think the
how
real,
how do we how do we think about doing that?
well, I was just going to say the one, I think, super simple way to notice is when you're what ifing. And
Aha.
we've probably talked about this before, but just, it's just come up consistently in our sessions. Like
Absolutely.
when we get into what if mode, then we can come up with a million scenarios, right?
Absolutely.
And every scenario we come up is catastrophizing. It's like the
That's
worst
right.
possible outcome. So we are just creating this incessant anxiety where, if we just say, well, I really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and I've made the best possible choice for today. And then it's about just really noticing if you're what ifing to just begin to shift back into, well, this is right here, right now. And
That's
this is
right.
what I have control over.
Well, it's an interesting one of the points that, we make when we talk about this with, groups of people or through our webinars is this idea that when you're what ifing, you're really off in the future, right? You're trying to
Right.
imagine what could happen. And to your point, it's almost always going to be bad because that's just the way we're hardwired. So if we really want to be able to stay calm, a big piece of that is staying present, right? And that means not being off in the future or being worried about what didn't or did happen yesterday, and really being able to stay right here, right now.
That's right. So
Being
you
in your
might even just
shoes.
replace, right, in your shoes, standing in your shoes, right?
Yep.
Yes. So maybe even just replacing what if with be here, right?
Right.
Just be here,
Be here.
be here.
Exactly.
So be
Yeah.
here, everyone.
Be here right now. We're glad to be here with you.
And thank you for being you, and thank you for listening. And
Yes.
if
We'll
there's
talk
any
to you
way we can
soon.
support you, email us at info@tlstransforms.com.
We'd love to
Thanks
hear
and have
from
a
you.
great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.